So it's 7 o'clock on a Saturday night and we're back out on another stealth camp. Right. Oh yes, Mandingos, welcome back to the Blot Outdoor Show, and thank you for joining me on another Sunday night serious stealth camp. Just taking a shortcut here, guys, through this back street. Means I can have a bit of crap on me, you legends, without anyone driving past. Yes, I'm not far off Sunderland city centre, and I'm looking at doing a stealth camp, a proper dodgy one, in someone's front garden. Whew. I don't like to blow my own trumpet, and I don't think I'm better than anyone else. I hate big-headed people, but if I can pull this one off, oh my goodness, I am taking stealth camping to the next level. You know what I'm talking about, guys. Yes, once we get down the main road, we'll cross over, and then there's like a row of like big old Victorian houses, and they've got like private gardens at the front. Like one long private garden that all the houses share, and there's some bushes. I went in today for a look about when I was having a mooch around, the old Linden gooch around, and I sat in the bush for a few Winnie Mandelas, just case the joint out, if you know what I'm talking about. And yeah, it's going to be tight. It's going to be very tight to get the tent set up. I could have brought the bivvy, but it's forecast to rain later on in the early hours of the morning. So yeah, we'll try and get the tent up. I'll make it work, I always do. Anyway, we've got to get down onto this main road now. Walk along here for a few minutes. But I've got beers, guys. I've got whiskey. We've got food, we've got snacks. And it's kind of like a French theme tonight, guys. We've got a lot of French stuff. I'll tell you more about that when we get there. You know, it makes total sense. Okay, the Mandingos, let's get cracking, and I'll bring you back when we get closer to the stealth camping spot. Just letting these get past. Ah! Sell as your exhaust pipe. Right folks, so that's where I'm going, up there in that direction where you've got them two young'uns. There's two teenagers there, and there's a gateway that goes through there, and that'll take me through the private gardens for them old Victorian houses there. But typical, two young'uns hanging around exactly where I need to be. I came down the day, walking around, I strolled in, no one around, nobody batted an eyelid. Now you come down to do the camp with a camera on, there's always obstacles getting your way, but that's just the way it goes. You've got to take the rough with the smooth when you're a serious stealth camper. You better believe it. Let's have a quick look. Hopefully they move on soon. They're standing at a bus stop, so knowing my luck, it'll be about 20 minutes before a bus comes. So yeah, I'll bring you back when I'm ready to make a move for it. Hopefully it's not too long, Dingo Mandingos, as they say in the southeastern region of Mongolia. Right guys, them two young'uns have gone. Bus turned up, I only had to wait 10 minutes. I was thinking to myself, oh, I'm going to be here for ages. I might just go somewhere else and find somewhere in the city centre. But, champion, they've gone. We're going to make our way up now. What I'm going to do is, as we get up, we'll take a cheeky look down, we'll walk straight past and look through, see if the coast's clear, and then we'll double back and go. Rice. Right folks, so this is the houses, the private gardens is just through there, Let's have a quick look. No one around. That's where we're going to go. But we'll come back in a minute because there's loads of people over there going into that restaurant. Proper sketchy, this one. However, then let's just go for it. Right, as I'm walking in, I'll just point the camera forward so you can see what I can see, if you know what I'm talking about. Let's go, Mandingos. Just walking down here without a care in the world, guys. And we're going to turn into here. Come on. Which way are we going? There we go, guys. We're in. We're in. Oh, God. This is the way. The way of the Mandingo. I should have brought the bivvy. I don't think there's going to be enough room for the tent, but we'll see. I'm pretty good at working with what I've got and making the best out of a bad situation. Right, let's get this bag. The old bag died off me backaroony. We'll just sit down for half an hour. We'll have a beer. It's red hot. Me mouth's as dry as a nun's snatcheroony. I don't know if I've been spot dingoed. It only takes someone to have been looking out the window and see me running in here, and there's no way they're going to let me get away with that. Would you? Would you let some weirdo with a backpack on go hiding and sleeping in the bushes straight opposite where you live? Where you live, I should say. I don't think you would. So yeah, let's chill out half an hour, have a can. If nobody comes down, or if the police don't come, everything should be okay, is the say in the south of France. Bring you back in a few little nail Sadakas. Tricycles. Right, folks, I've been here about 20 minutes now and I still don't feel settled, so I'm going to wait quite a while longer before I even think about getting me gear set up. Might as well have a nice French beer just to settle the nerves, guys. There's been no one walking past inside these grounds, but yeah, I think I'll wait until it's nearly dark before I set my gear up. Loads of people walking past, out, just through there, back out, through the gate, and behind this wall there's like a little road and a little path, so I've got to keep the noise down. You know what it's like, guys, once I've had a few beers and a few shots of whiskey, I get louder and louder, braver and braver, and I start talking shite. But for now, I need to keep the noise down. And I need to get this light off before I get busted blood vesseled. Bring you back in a few seconds. Sell us your shoelaces. Jeez, Mandingos. Yeah, I think I'm going to wait a while longer before I set my gear up. As you've seen with my footage, the old Nicki Minaj and my camaraderie. There's been a few people walking past. And yeah, I've just got to play cool in the gangbang, if you know what I'm talking about. On my second drink now. This French beer has given me some right heartburn. I normally enjoy this, but for whatever reason, it's given us like heartburn or indigestion. I don't know how entertaining I can make this video, guys. You know, I'm going to be on edge all night. You can see, I've showed you when I pulled the bush aside. I'm only a few metres away from the houses. Obviously, people walking past, so there'll be no singing tonight. There'll be no shouting, "Hey mate," and stuff like that. If I shout "Hey mate" at anyone walking past here, I'm going to get rumble-o'd straight away. The old rumble-o cup, if you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to have to make the conversations quick as well, because got the torch on. I know I get people saying, "Oh Mandingo, you should get like a red light." It looks shite, honestly. I've watched people's videos where they've got the red light on and it looks shit, so I prefer to do it this way. When I'm not recording, I turn it straight off, and I'm normally keeping a lookout, making sure the coast's clear. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy the rest of that beer. When I bring you back, we'll answer a question. We'll answer the question about Gareth Southgate. You know, I was telling you a couple of weeks ago that we've known each other for years, and he's going to join me on a wild camp soon. Well, that's the most popular question I've had over the last couple of weeks. Am I telling the truth? Is it bullshit? Well, I'll quickly answer it. No, it's not bullshit, and I am telling the truth. But when I bring you back, we'll talk about that properly. So yeah, bring you back in a Winnie Mandela. Okay, my fan sexualities. Let's quickly show you just a makeshift setup. I've put that tent pole there up. I haven't put the one up down the bottom. I've just left it flopping at the bottom. The old Flopinski, if you know what I'm talking about. So it's just like a bivvy. It doesn't matter, because my legs is just going to go under there. It's not like I'm up on a mountain and I need the tent to be really stable. See in there, guys, when I lift that up, there's loads of room for this Mandingo. I've got all my bits and pieces here, which I'm going to show you soon. First, I'm going to have a little chest warmer, kindly given to me from James and Laura. Thank you, you couple of legends. Right, guys, I'll bring you back in a few seconds. This is proper sketchy, for God's sake. Right. Yes, folks, I've just climbed into my little dodgy tarp tent, bivvy, whatever you want to call it, set up for tonight. I've just climbed in here so I can talk to you. I've got the light on. Hopefully, if anyone's walking past, the tent's blocking out most of the light. I'm probably talking shite, But it's that time of night to have another little measure of whiskey. Like I say, kindly given to me. Oh, my arm's killing there. Kindly given me from James and Laura. They give us 2 different sample bottles here from their own personal collection. The massive whiskey lovers. They're like members in these different whiskey clubs. And there's been a few times now they've sent me like rare bottles of whiskey you won't see in normal supermarkets, you know, like Morrison's and Sainsbury's and Asda. You've got to be members, you've got to be in the whiskey know-how to get hold of some of these bottles of whiskey. And James and Laura came to the Doxy Lad and met me the other day and give me a few quality bottles of whiskey. And the one I've got tonight for the review is from Austria. Yeah, not Australia, Austria. And there's a little bit of a story with the whiskey, about the journey it went on, you know, to get back to good old Blighty and in my hands for the world famous whiskey review. But when we come to do the review, I'll tell you about that then. So yeah, courtesy of James and Laura, I'm having a nice little shot thing going out. And yeah, time to answer the question about my upcoming stealth camp. Not a stealth camp, a wild camp with the former England manager Gareth Southgate. Obviously loads of people think I'm talking shite, and I don't blame you, because I do like to waffle on. It's all just a good laugh on the Blot Outdoor Show. But yeah, going back over 30 years, guys. I'll make this quick because I've already said it a couple of weeks ago in the video. Me and Gareth were pretty close. We were at youth team level, both trying to make it as a professional footballer. Obviously I wasn't quite good enough. That's just the way it goes. And Gareth went on to be a Premier League footballer, England footballer and England manager. And say what you want to get us to 2 European Cup, European Championship finals. He's took a lot of grief, but it's still pretty impressive. You know, his CV's pretty good. And I can honestly see it, what an absolute legend of a man. Even though it was 30 odd years ago since we were friends. We used to room together when we were like 15, 16. He's never forgetting about us, you know. When you're texting each other, it's only now and again we do that. Obviously he's busy with his life and I'm busy with mine. You can tell he's a great guy. He remembers the name of your wife, your kids, and he's genuinely asking questions about your family, how you're doing. That's the kind of guy we're talking about, an absolute legend. So yeah, when we've been messaging each other privately over the last few months, over the last like year or two, because he's been so supportive of me. He knows that when I was a field footballer, I end up just working in factories. That's the way it goes. You've got to make money to put food on the table for your family. So he knows it's been a hard life for me, just like it is for a lot of other people. You know, you've got to get by, you've got to struggle, you've got to do the overtime, and money's tight. Money's too tight to mention. In the famous words of, who was it? Mick Hucknall, yeah. You thought I was going to say the wrong name there, but I said the right name. When my YouTube channel took off, he's been so supportive. Well done, man, Dingo, fantastic. I'm over the moon for you. It couldn't happen to a nicer person. So yeah, absolutely tremendous. And I've always joked on with him and said, you should come out in the camp. And he's always joked on back with me and said, I'd love to come out on a wild camp with you, man, Dingo. But obviously he's a busy man and he's got his own family. Anyway, a couple of weeks ago, in the early stages of the Euros, because I already knew even if we won the tournament, which obviously we didn't, we got close, I knew he was leaving the England job anyway. Even if we won, he was going to go out on a high. So, like I said to him, just in joke, when you get a chance, after you've had a bit of time with your family, come out in a wild camp with me. I'll get you up on the hills in the Lake District. We'll get smash burgered on beers and whiskey. I'll cook you some dodgy Uncle Bensky and chicken curry or whatever. And I just thought he was going to say, oh, I'm sorry, man, Dingo, I've got commitments, I've got, you know, he could be like going on Sky TV or whatever, and he's got a more important life than what I have. And to my surprise, he said, Chris Mandingo, thank you so much. I'd be absolutely over the moon with that, and I'd love to join you. I said, are you being serious? He said, of course. Even his wife's told him, get yourself out with a Mandingo, it's just what you need. Get up on the hills, away from everyone. So what I said was, look, I'm not trying to cash in on Gareth Southgate's name and make extra money because he's camping with me. So I said, right, Gareth, I'll not take the camera out of that video. I'll not make a video. We'll just go out, two old buddies, and enjoy ourselves. But he said, no chance, baggy pants. He said, you make a YouTube video. So he's going to be in the video. Obviously he's going to appear on camera, but what he said is he's not going to speak much. He's kind of going to take a backseat role, if you know what I'm talking about. But he's going to be there. We're going to be meeting up on, well, it's Saturday night now. I've got to be careful, because just over that wall that was behind us, there's a pathway, like a little road. Yeah, let's make this quick because I've waffled on too long. It's Saturday night now. There's somebody kicking about right there. Right, I'm going to be meeting him for a camp either on Monday or Tuesday. It's up to him. I'm free both days, and that video will go on Wednesday night, so make sure you tune in on Wednesday night, guys, and you will see me and my old buddy from over 30 years ago, Gareth Southgate, the former England manager, doing a wild camp up on the hills in the Lake District. Right, guys, I need to get this camera off, get this light off. I'm really pushing me luck. I'll get some more cheesy B-roll shots, and when I bring it back, I'll show you all my food and drink and all that shite. You better believe I will. Mice. Right.
He made it.
Oh yes, my fan sexualities. I've nearly finished my third can of French beer off. Not bad. Been giving us a bit heartburn, but that's just the way it goes. Yes, time to quickly show you all my shit for tonight. I'll have to make this quick. Got the old torch on the camaraderie. There's a party been banging over there in these buildings. Let's crack on. I've already quickly showed you inside. So, for my main meal tonight, which I might not even have, because it's absolutely boiling hot. It's been a heat wave in the northeast of England today. I think it's been about 80 degrees earlier on, and I've got this jacket on because I was expecting heavy rain, which hasn't came yet. But I've been sweating like a pedo in Mothercare, if you know what I'm talking about. So if I don't eat this, I'll eat it on the next camp or the camp after. Do you know what I mean? But I've got a tin of chicken korma, and I've got some mushroom lice from my very good friend Uncle Bensky Bates, international playboy, buddy, boiler insurance, a British gas price of far too high, and lifetime achievement awards for the rich and famous after party people in the house of Love Shack, Baby Shark Attack and Bondi Beach in Australians Football Club, biscuits very nice to your face from the end team game changing room store, Sports Direct, as cheap as chips, with salt, vinegar and curry sauce all over me underpants from TK Maxx and Paddy Mandingos. Oh yes, you know what I'm talking about, and you know it makes absolute, complete, total sense. Ricicles. Right, we're talking about like a French themed, so as well as me French beers, I've got this lovely bottle of French Rioja red wine. I'm looking forward to drinking that later on. I've got this French sausage selection from the famous French city of Cologne. I've got these Wild West steak strips. It says Wild West, but it's got nothing to do with America. These is actually hung dry and cured and smoked and flavoured in the famous French city of St. Petersburg. What else have we got? I think that's about it, guys. French beers, French sausage, French steak strips. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, and French wine to go with the French beers. Okay then, guys. Oh. Shit, here's the place. Yes, Mandingos, I tell you what I'm gonna have.
You fucking bastard. You complete bastard. Stinks of crab paste. Oh, me minge is kicking off a right pong. Oh.
Just spilt off me wine. Oh, but the French do make a nice Rioja. You better believe they do. Right, guys, let's get this torch off again before I get rumble-load. There's a party going on over there. A proper African party. Yes, I'm sure they've just had a delivery from the House of Jollof.
House of Jollof. Jollof.
Yes. We'll talk a bit more, but oh shit, I've dropped my wine again. I'll bring you back in a Winnie Mandela.
Jollof.
I'm too gangster to wear a belt. Yeah, but you got that beat and hold it up.
House of Jollof.
Sell as you bake.
Hey, mate. Hey, mate. Yeah. Yeah, I just...
Oh yes. You absolute legends. Time for a nice little snackaroni. I'm on there. The French sliced sausage from the famous city of Cologne. I'm sorry guys, I know a lot of you love the cooking bit, even though my cooking is very basic. There's loads of people it's the favourite bit. It's just been far too hot today. Us Mandingos up here in the northeast of England, we're not used to this hot weather. Don't get me wrong, Mandingos, if I'm abroad, even though it's been 14 years since I've been abroad, I used to always go on holiday abroad back in the day. I love that, you know, because you can go in the pool and cool down, sit in the shade, have a beer. But when you're here, in Britain, in the northeast of England, and it's red hot, and you've got no aircon dingo, it's just torture. And when you're coming out camping, you just can't settle. And the last thing I want to do is cook a chicken korma with mushroom lysicles. I've got this cold meat, which is spot on. I've also got some sausage rolls, the best. I know they're just Morrison sausage rolls, but everyone knows, I think everyone knows, that the French invented sausage rolls. So yeah, you can see where the whole French thing has come from tonight, guys. While we're talking about the French, let's get a nice beer from Francois. Oh yes. Well, while I'm talking to this, and I've got you absolute legends sitting here watching this idiot, while I've got your attention, I'm going to take this chance now to say a big fat mega, the old Megasaurus, thank you to each is bloody tented saggy, to each and every one of you legends who have supported my channel, the Blood Outdoor Show, over this last week. A massive thank you for buying me a coffee. Yes, I know it's something I don't ask you to do. I always just say thanks every week, and I put the names on the screen. And I'm just absolutely over the moon. I know I've said this a billion times before, but I will keep banging on the same drum. It's the only way I know how to say it. If you just give me a thumbs up, that'll ding dang do for this Mandingo. If you can take 30 seconds of your time to leave me a comment, I know it takes us a while to catch up and give you a love heart or reply. That's just because the channel's getting more popular because of you, absolute legends. But yeah, if you can take 30 seconds of your time to leave me a comment, that helps the channel. You've got no idea how much that helps the channel. Yeah, that's all you've got to do, and I am over the moon with that. And obviously watch me videos. I can't thank you enough. Yes. Right. Do you know what I mean, guys? Cheers, Mandingos. Yeah, but this one is a big fat Megasaurus. Thank you to all you legends who have supported my channel over the last week and bought me a coffee. Each and every one of you is an absolute legend. You better believe you are. Okay then, guys, once again, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it more than anything in the world. There's your names down there, and down there, guys, you are the best subscribers any YouTuber could wish for, and you know it makes complete and utter total sense. Right. Well, guys, I am now going to finish. Pardonski. I'm going to finish off my French sausage. Not bad. And I'm going to wash it down with a lovely French beer, a lager. Call it what you want. I think it is just lager, isn't it? But you just get used to saying beer. So, guys, while we're talking about the French, I'm going to leave you with a famous French saying, which is, we're going to rock down to Electric Avenue and let me take you higher. You know, it makes total sense. Right. Austrian Whisky review coming very soon, Mandingos. Matron. Oh, it's the glove of self-love. Oh. Oh yes, Mandingos, you know what time it is. Whisky time. And this is what we have got this week. Austrian Whisky, Wild Wertler Whisky. Am I saying that right? I don't know. Sorry, James and Laura, if I'm saying that wrong. Wild Wertler single malt whisky from Austria. Once again, a massive thank you to James and Laura. Big, mega, massive fans of the Blood Outdoor Show. I've met them a couple of times. Absolutely lovely couple. You better believe they are. They'll give us this and they'll give us a few more. So over the next few weeks, you will see me mentioning James and Laura's names quite a few times. A couple of legends. Anyway, let's get on with this. You've got your own little shot, cup, glass, tin, whatever you want to call it, on the top. But I've got the famous Cub Dingo somewhere, and the little story I had for this, where it came from, the journey it's been on. James and Laura were on holiday, touring around Europe, and they bought this in Salzburg in Austria, and then they travelled down through train, on the train I should say, on the old Shania train, down to Lake Bled in Slovenia, oh yes, and then they carried on down to Zagreb in Croatia, and then back to Manchester, right, mad for it, you better believe it. Let's get this popped in the old famous Cub Dingo, Mandingos. Yes, you know, makes sense. Oh, we've poured some in, and we'll keep a little bit for a nice little shot dingo just before I hit the snooze button and go to away and sleep. Let's get the old bakeroon in it. Right. Oh, there's like a fruity element to that, guys. Oh, spillage. like figs. You know when you get fig roll biscuits? I love them. Them's probably my favourite biscuits. Mrs. Blott, she likes a custard cream or a bourbon cream. They're not called bourbon, they're called bourbon. Aye mate, bugger off. Yeah, but I love a fig roll. And that has got the smell. Oh, a strong smell of figs. Let's give that a swirl around, guys. A spillage again. God, I'm wasting a good whiskey. Let's see what else we get. Maybe the slightest little bit of peat. The old peat tongue. Maybe the slightest little bit of smoke, but nothing overpowering. You know, sometimes, guys, if you've watched me long enough and you go back, you'll have seen me more than once saying that something's too smoky and it can ruin the whisky. No, that's just got a nice little bit of smoke and a nice little bit of peat for a lovely fig, fresh fig sniff dingo, Mandingos, straight up the old Nostradamus. And that's enough of the sniffing. Let's get on with the tasting. Rice cakes. Ooh, I wasn't expecting that. It hit me back of the throat. It hit me back of the throat. it hit the back of me throat. Shit. Sorry, guys. Someone's just come in the gate. Shit. mandingos. 2 seconds, guys. There we go, folks. Sorry about that. Someone just came in the gate. But I've just heard them go straight into one of the houses or apartments. This bright light in the bush, it'll stand out like a sore thumb dingo mandingos. As I say in the deepest forest of the Congo. Right, come on. Let's get back on with Ziwaski review. Now straight away there, on that second taste, of getting like a marzipan. Do you know what it tastes like? You know when you get like a nice Battenberg cake? That's what I got there. It's not watery. It's quite oily and smooth. Oh, down the old throat dingo. Oh, suits you, sir. Oh, it suits you. Oh, yeah. Quite oily, guys, as it went down. Like a lovely marzipan taste. Like a Battenberg cake, also like almonds. Really nice. I'm enjoying it. I've read a couple of reviews about it, to be honest, earlier on today, just to give us a heads up, because I'd never even heard of it. And to be honest, the couple of reviews I read, they weren't very positive about it. But I don't like to be a sheep. I like to make my own mind up. I don't want to copy. And whoever left that review is full of shit, because this is really nice. Now, I said a fig smell up the old Nostradamus. I'm not getting there in the taste. For me, it's more like a marzipan, almond. It's going down smooth and oily. There's a little aftertaste of smoke coming through. There's not loads of flavours, to be honest. But what I'm getting, it is really nice. And it's a lot better than I thought it was. You know, you hear, you know what I say when I do the rare English whiskey, and I think, oh, you know, English whiskey, it's not as good as like the Scotch and the Irish. So when I heard of Austrian whiskey, not Australian, Austrian, I thought, I'll drink it. I'll do a review, but it's going to be snout special, if you know what I'm talking to, snout. And it's a million times better than I thought. Down the hatch tickles. There's more there. Yeah. Wow. Getting that big drink. A big marzipan Battenberg cake taste. Now it's time for the old score dingoes. I'm not going to beat around the old bush dingo anymore, man dingoes. If you know what I'm talking about. The plan dingo certainly is my pal dingoes. To give you a score on this, Wald Wertle Whiskey Austrian single malt, I'm going to give that a very respectable 8.2. An 8.2 out of 10 dingo mandingos. I've really enjoyed it. I've surprisingly enjoyed it. And yeah, if you like your whiskies, guys, I advise you, if you can get your hands on some of that. I don't know if you will be able to, because James and Laura, like I've said, are big whiskey fandingos, as well as Blood Outdoor Show fandingos. They're in whiskey clubs, and they go all over Europe, and they snap up stuff like this while out and about. And I'm privileged to have a lovely couple that supports my channel, that gives me this kind of thing to review. So yeah, thank you again to James and Laura. 8.2 out of 10 dingo mandingos. And you know what I'm talking about. This is serious stealth camping. Bicycles.
Have one of these French sausage rolls. Fantastic. I know we've got the likings of Greg's and all our bakers do sausage rolls, but you cannot whack a French one. And that's why the French are the experts at sausage rolls, because they invented them. You better believe they did. So it's now time to say bonjour and good night Vienna and arrivederci, and also Chateau Neuf de Pape. You know, it makes sense, Mandingos. It's been a fantastic camp. Hope you've enjoyed it. It's been mint. Obviously I'm going to see you in the morning. We're not going to say au revoir now, if you know what I'm talking about. I'll see you legends first thing in the morning at coffee time. Right? It's been brilliant. It's been sketchy. It's been proper sketchy. Obviously, there's been loads of times when I haven't been recording, because I kind of just get the camera up and get it turned on and record as fast as lightning. And everyone that's been walking past, they've been Africans. When I first got here, there was a lady came out. She was a cleaner. And then there was a lad came out who was a cleaner. But since that, they've all been like Africans. Not that I've got anything against anyone. I don't give a monkey's chuff where you're from. But like non-English speaking Africans, if you know what I'm talking about. From, I'd say, 18 up to in your 30s. No women, just all fighting fit, strong African 18, 20 odd year old, 30 odd year old male Mandingos. I mean, they could be good lads. I'm not disrespecting anyone. But these like lovely old Victorian buildings, my guess is they've been put up there for free. Don't take my word for it. I'm no expert in this kind of thing, and I can only say so much. I don't want to get Antonio Bandingoed from YouTube, if you know what I'm talking about. But it's a funny old world, isn't it, guys? It's a funny old world. There you go. I'm not going to say no more on that subject, because there's so many people get offended by. There's so many people get offended just by people speaking the truth, like this Mandingo. So we will cut it there, and I will say it's all love. Don't throw me the racist card, guys. If you've been watching long enough, I've mentioned this before 2 or 3 times. My beautiful wife, Mrs. Blot, with a sexy butt, is mixed race. My mother-in-law, the lovely Lorraine, is black. And once you've had black, there's no going back. You better believe it. Yeah, I'm just telling you the crack, guys. I'm just telling you about the people I've been in at the buildings. Yeah, speaking the truth. I'm telling the tooth, if you know what I'm talking about. The old tootharoonie. Right, see you in the morning, because I am absolutely Kate Bush-Dinggood. Good night. Good mooning, Mandingos. 8:20. I was going to lie in just for a little bit longer, but I'm bursting, absolutely bursting for a Slash Gordon. Tent is all wet inside here. I think that's off the old condensation. Normally, if I've got the tent put up properly, you've got like an air vent at the bottom, which helps to deal with the condensation, but
I haven't got the tent up properly, as you guys seen last night. Anyway, that's enough of me talking shite. Let's get up, let's get a quick pee, and then we'll get packed away. You know, it makes sense. Well folks, that's it. That's me all packed away. You can see where I had the tent down there. Baghdad is ready to put on the old Baccaroony. I forgot to bring a bag for the old bin diesel. So all my trash, all my litter has been shoved in the top of my bag, and as soon as I get home I'll chuck that straight in the old big bin diesel, if you know what I'm talking about. Come on then, let's get the bag on and let's make like a tree and split. Here we go then, guys. Time to hit the street. Oh yes, another successful stealth camp completed. You know what I'm talking about.
Bonjour.
So there we go, Mandingos. That's the end of this week's stealth camping video. Hope you've enjoyed it. I've had an absolutely fantastic time, as usual. You knew I was going to say that, didn't you? But I really have. It's been class. It was a really daring one, but this Mandingo pulled it off. Our matron. If you have liked it, guys, you know what to do. Please give me a big thumbs up. Leave a comment. It really does help the channel. You better believe it does. And that's it. That is it until Wednesday night, where you will see me on a wild camp with the one and only Gareth at the South Gate. Next Friday for another takeaway review, and obviously next Sunday for another serious stealth camp. You know what I'm talking about, and you know it makes absolute, complete, total sense. Right.
Oh, our matron.
You know, it's make total sense. Might very nice.